Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Bubble Bobble from the Nintendo Entertainment System, played on the Wii Virtual Console. Last episode we got the worst ending in the game by defeating the giant green wizard, the leader of all the monsters in the Cave of Monsters, on level 100. But in order to get the bad ending and the good ending, you have to defeat that boss on Secret Road. So I showed you how to get to Secret Road. On level 99 you get the crystal, then you enter the special doorway, and we're going to complete Secret Road here and get some endings, to get 2 more endings in this episode. So we don't have too many more levels to go here in Secret Road. We have A8, A9, and then we got B0, B1, B2, and then we have the final boss. And he will be just the same as the boss that we defeated in the last episode. He only changes on Super Bubble Bobble, which you have to play to get the best ending in the game. And the only thing that changes in him is he goes from 60 hit points to 80. So it takes a few more shots, but his attack patterns all remain the same. So we get plenty of opportunities to fight him. I'll of course be showing off 2 of the endings, like I said earlier, the bad ending and the good ending. We'll only see that main fight once. I won't waste your time with showing off the fight over and over again. So I've also decided not to waste your time by going through Super Bubble Bobble. I will show the best ending off though, but I'll show off a little bit of Super Bubble Bobble, but I'm not going to play through the whole 100 and so on stages. You'll see that in Super Bubble Bobble, the only thing that changes is the color of some of the levels and the enemies that are on the levels. I'll play a few levels at the end of this episode to finish this episode to show that off. Get back, unfortunately, I died right before I popped that last hullabalooba. I call him an elephant. He kind of looks like an elephant with a little propeller on his head. You have some weird Japanese name. I mean, it probably makes sense in Japan, but being that I don't speak Japanese, to me it just seems like a nonsense word, so we just make our own names for them. So I call them the elephants. These guys have a name, Incendos. I mean, that's kind of makes sense, I guess. They're insidious, so because they're evil, they shoot fire at you, and we'll take them out with our own fire. We won't have a chance though to. I'm a little impatient there. I could have just waited for a second fire bubble to appear. As you can see, they're all just luck wasn't going my way. They're all just going over to the left. So here's our last normal level. An homage to the big wizard, big green wizard. It's filled with, appropriately, 7 of the tiny green wizards. So I'm going to cut here to the successful run against the boss, because I die a few times. You see this successful run here. So just like we did in the last episode, pick up that lightning potion and shoot the bubbles just across the floor. Take our time and finish him off. It's important, if you are going for the good or the best ending, that you've finished this level with the number in the lower left corner depicting your lives. That has to be 1 or greater, because the way you get around the needing to have 2 players is you use the life stealing trick, and with that you pause the game and then on the second controller, while the game is paused, you press the select an A button, and that reduces the number in the lower left by 1, but it allows the second player to play. It's basically transfer lives or steal the other player's lives. So, and we just lost our first life right there. A little careless there, but so let's finish this guy off. Almost halfway there. So yeah, after this, like I said, I'll show off the next ending, and that's the one that basically tells you that, you know, it gives you the password to go to Super Bubble Bobble. Speaking of passwords, just how when we defeated him on level 100, and it basically gave us the bad ending, it gave us a password at the end of that, and that password took us to level 99. When we get the bad ending here, by defeating him, just with one player by solo, it'll give us a password, and the password that it's going to give us is going to take us back to the previous level, B2. I'm thinking B2, I'm thinking we have boxing combinations. Yeah, I taught boxing today, and normally I just teach the beginners the class, but then when they get to more advanced, the second step, they learn some new combinations, and some of them combinations are called the B combinations. So B2, jab, straight, front hand hook, backhand hook, another front hand hook into a Philly shell, defend, counter 2, or counter straight. So we rescued our girlfriends, but yeah, bad end is not true ending. Try again with your friend. So like I said, the EECJJ takes us to B2, and here I'm going to show off that trick. I have 1 life left over in reserve there, the 1, and press start, give the second controller, press select an A, that 1 becomes a 0, but the second player appears now. And that is good enough to qualify for the good ending, or the happy end. So we kind of turn back into humans. The game doesn't specify if you're humans who turn into dinosaurs, or you're dinosaurs that can turn into humans. Just gotta guess you use your imagination. Create your own little Bubble Bobble fanfics. Must be a typo here. Bobby and Babby. It should be Bobby and Bob. We saved our lovers Betty and Patty at last, but the adventure is not yet over. Like I said, we have to go through Super Bubble Bobble. Now, I'm going to show off a little bit of Super Bubble Bobble here, just enough to give you a good idea of what it's like. But you'll notice that the levels are all the same. The only thing that changes is the color and the enemies. So where we used to have Bubble Busters, we'll now have the Incendo enemies. Where there used to be the White Wizards, we will get Bubble Busters. Where we had the Hullabaloogas, those elephants, we'll get the Beluga Whales, and wherever there was Beluga Whales, we'll now get the Hullabaloogas. And where the Incendos were, we'll end up getting the White Wizards. The Green Wizards and the Spring enemies, they and the Space Invaders, the Space Sprockets, they stay the same. So levels with them won't change at all. But there's our password to Super Bubble Bobble, BBAJI. So I'm going to press start, reset the system, and enter that password. Go down to password, enter that password, BBAJI. And just like when you're doing continue, you have to go down to 1 player continue. Because you just press 1 player start right now and take you to regular Bubble Bobble. But now we're doing Super Bubble Bobble. So you see the color of the board changed, and now instead of Bubble Busters, we have the Incendos. But everything else remains the same. Scoring still remains the same. You know, you get your extra lives. at 30,000, 100,000, 200,000, 400,000, and 1,000,000 points. The more bubbles you pop, the higher the value of the fruit or vegetable that appears when you pop it. The more chance you get of the extend letters appearing. So yeah, all the same things apply. Shoot 30 bubbles, get the blue candy. Pop 30 bubbles, get in the green candy. I'll actually end up showing off basically the umbrella. That was one item I did not show off. I did make it appear, but I didn't take it because I don't want to skip any boards. But now we kind of know what the boards are. I'll show off what the umbrella does. And we get the umbrella by popping 15 of the water balloons. And that's pretty much a guarantee on that board that's shaped like a heart. Was a lucky shot there. I said some of the new enemies make things. Now we have the White Wizards. Now they've been replaced by the Bubble Busters. So I said some of the new enemy placements make the game a little harder, but doesn't change too much. A little harder here at the beginning because the incendos there, they shoot where the Bubble Busters don't. With the hullabalubas, the elephants take over for the beluga whales. I changed a little bit because they fly. The whales fly a little bit more erratically, have different angles where the hullabalubas are not as reckless or unpredictable. We'll be seeing some of those hullabalubas in a little bit. I think in 2 more levels. We got the next level was that one that had all the White Wizards, that has the background of the White Wizard. But like I said, in Super Bubble Bobble, those White Wizards are replaced with the Incendo monsters. Or no, with the Bubble Busters. I'm not necessarily playing for score here, like I said, because I'm just, going through the levels. But yeah, this is, like I said, every 8 levels after the first, any bubbles on the screen become little items for points. So you could have racked up a lot of points there just by shooting a bunch of bubbles after, and then also, that's a good level to pop all 7 balloons at the same time, because the air current takes it over to the lower right. Let's see if we can get this last guy in here. He was not cooperating. But yeah, like I said, I'm not playing for score here. Like I said, I'll be basically ending this run as soon as I finish and get that umbrella, which you're pretty much guaranteed to get on that heart level, which I think is level 12 or 13. This level kind of looks like an umbrella. Maybe that's your clue that you get an umbrella by, because those water balloons were pretty abundant in the last level, and they're abundant in this level too. So there's that striped candy that has the characteristics of both. Remember the green candy, the fast candy, and the blue candy, the fog candy. I said there's a 1 in 16 chance that a green or a blue candy that will appear will instead be the striped candy, and you get the best of both all in one go. And a lot of candy. I guess that's to be expected. You get those candies appear based on the amount of bubbles you blow and pop. As you can see, I have no qualms about shooting a lot of bubbles. It's like unlimited ammo. Surprisingly, even with unlimited ammo, this game can be a little tricky. As I said in the last episode, best advice, have a friend play it with you. Life gets so much easier when you can work together. One side clears one player clears the other. Oh, we got an umbrella right here. Nice. So yeah, blue one skips 3 levels. Yeah, orange one will skip 5. And one last thing, just to show off here, just to finish killing off time. Remember, if you don't pop a bubble in time, the enemy turns red and moves faster and is more aggressive. Well, the boss is the same way. This final boss. So that's a challenge. See if you can beat this guy when he's hyped up, when he's angry, he's red with rage. I wonder if that was one of those cards. I know when I was a kid we had Nintendo Power, and the one thing they used to have was challenges. Hard challenge, do this. And I wonder if Bubble Bobble was one. So, well, I don't know. Well, take care. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.